How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Lakers Live pregame show presented by the Ultimate Sports. I'm here with the gang, Manny, Medina, and our sound engineer and AV director, Matthew Ross here. Lakers Celtics rivalry continues tonight. What a game it's going to be. How are we feeling, guys, about this game? Long-awaited game and fans in the stands in Staples Center. It is great to see.
What's up, everybody? I'm so down to see the Lakers and Celtics, the most historic rivalry in basketball and one of the most historic rivalries in sports. Both teams are neck and neck tied with 17 championships, and both are basically pretty much like the cornerstone franchises in the NBA. And like you said, Aaron, fans are back. 2,000 fans. The LA mayor, I believe his name is Eric Garcetti, has said that. And another breaking news, guys. Hold on a second. I'm going to go on Twitter right now, and I'm going to read you the tweet. It's a big news. A lot of Laker Nation is going to be pumped when I say this, if you haven't heard. So Tim Bontemps from ESPN has reported Anthony Davis has been cleared for full on-court activity and can begin his ramp up to return to play. Let's go, guys. Woo! Unlikely Davis plays in your Utah game, but it's not out of the question. So technically, he could play this against them, which is actually very big, and obviously definitely good news for us, Laker Nation. But one thing I want to talk about is the fact that if he does play the Utah games, do you know how big that's going to be to see Anthony Davis against Rudy Gobert? Two tall guys that are very dominant, and two of one of the best big men, marquee big men in all of basketball. So, yes, I know LeBron, we don't know where his timetable still is, but the fact that we get one of our big twos coming in soon is a huge damn good news. And I know I'm pumped. We're all pumped here. Medina, what's your thoughts about this?
I mean, I'm really excited for AD to come. I'm excited for tonight's game. I'm excited for AD to come back. The only thing I'm just kind of bummed about is that I looked at our injury report list and I saw that we don't have Andre Drummond, Markieff Morris playing tonight, so that kind of sucks. I still have faith that the Lakers can pull through and win this game, hopefully by a couple of points. It's going to be really interesting to watch tonight. But I mean, with the fans back there, I feel like the Lakers are going to get that energy that they need to thrive off and to win this game, hopefully. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I don't know how much more I can express that with AD returning. As you guys all know, he's my favorite player. And after seeing him just sitting on the bench for 2 months, as much as I love watching him sit with his nice bench outfits, it's going to be so nice to see him back in that Lakers uniform, ready to roll. And yeah, what about you, Aaron?
I'm excited. Obviously, it would be great if he could play against the Jazz, but absolutely. I was telling Manny earlier too, and we'll tell Laker Nation too as well. Look, I don't want him to hurry up and rush to play Utah. If he plays Utah, that's terrific. We already know some things already. Like, you could already see that he's going to be on a minutes restriction. I would be surprised if he plays no more than 15, 20 minutes max in the game, because they want to give him the time to ramp his legs up, get used to playing, get his conditioning right, because that's the biggest thing with any athlete, especially even like the first week of the NBA, is just getting your legs under you again. And, obviously they're going to be cautious about his Achilles. It's the biggest thing. They avoided a very potential, could have been a season-ending injury if he had actually tore it. So, they avoided that. Lakers are playing it extra cautious, which I give them respect. Obviously, we know what happened in the past, how Lakers have handled things. And, I'm looking forward to seeing him back. Big piece. And I'm looking forward to the day that him and Andre Drummond can play together, which doesn't look that far away. Also, we're thinking that LeBron would be probably a week behind him or so. So it'll be great to see those guys out there. But most importantly, their minutes are going to be needed in the playoffs. I don't care about them playing 30-plus minutes in the regular season. I would rather them play 25 at the most and call it there. And, just get your bodies ready to go, because they're both going to be playing over at least 39 to 40 minutes. Hopefully not in the playoffs, but that's where their minutes are going to be more utilized. So the more they could take it easy and gradually get back into it, the better it is. The Lakers already have pieces around them to help them out.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100% with what you said, Aaron. Like, if AD is going to come back like this week and possibly next week, we're probably going to see LeBron follow suit maybe in the week and a half, 2 weeks after. But I agree with what you said. Like, AD shouldn't play more than 10, 15 minutes a night. As much as I want to see him play like the 20, 30, 40 minutes, I don't want to see him risk that in the regular season because there's only like 15 or 14 or 16 games left. I'm not sure. I know it's around there. But I don't want to see him risk that because what if he gets like a bad injury, he re-aggravates his Achilles, and then we don't have him in the playoffs? We're pretty much screwed if that happens because I get we're playing okay now without LeBron and AD, but how long is that going to keep up? When we play like these teams in the playoffs, because if the playoffs started today, we probably playing the Denver Nuggets. I believe we have the 5 seed and they have the 4 seed. So can you imagine if we were badly shorthanded, AD aggravated it again, and we had to have Jokic and Murray just feasting all over us? That would not be a good look. So I 100% agree. We should make him play at least 10, 15 minutes. If LeBron comes back, same here, 10, 15 minutes. The 35, 40 minutes, I want to see that in the playoffs, but not in the first round. The first round, I want to see at least like 20 minutes. But in the second round, that's when I want to see LeBron and AD playing big minutes because that's where we're going to play better teams. What if we get like the, I don't know, the Jazz in the second round, the Suns in the second round, the Matthews Clippers in the second round? That would be a big, big fight. And if those games possibly happen, that's when I want to see AD and LeBron play a lot.
I think if the like you mentioned, I'm a Clipper fan, but I'm here representing a hopefully Lakers win against the evil Boston Celtics. Nobody in LA likes the Boston Celtics. It's a big game for the Lakers, and it is. I'm as a Clipper fan. When the Lakers play the Clippers, it'll be great to see actually a full strength Lakers play a full strength Clippers. It'd be a really good matchup to see how the two teams can compete with both of their talented players. But like you said, be healthy is the key thing. Any player, any sport, any professional sport, there's no need to rush back from an injury. Mm-hmm. You have all that time. You need to be there when at the most important time, which is in the playoffs. So anybody take your time, come back when you're healthy, and let's see the full strength Lakers. I'm very anxious to see them.
Yeah, me too. It's like you guys have all been saying, as much as we want to see AD and LeBron back on the court, just give them the rest that they need, give them the time restriction because we rather utilize those minutes in the playoffs. And like Manny was saying, I don't want to go up against the Denver Nuggets without AD. That's going to be terribly dangerous, and I don't really think we would stand a chance without our two main players. Even though I think Murray is out for, I'm not sure, the rest of the season because he also had an injury recently. A lot of players have recently been getting injured, and it sucks to see that these teams are missing out on all their key players. But hopefully, everyone is back and healthy in time for the playoffs. That way we see like a good matchup, a fair matchup against everyone. But other than that, my thoughts on tonight's game, I can't wait. I hope that we beat the Celtics. I can't wait to see that if we do end up doing that without like our main starters again, of course, just like we beat the Brooklyn Nets the other night. I'm pretty sure we can come through and beat the Celtics tonight just like we did. I mean, we have to have some faith in the Lakers, even though we don't have Drummond in tonight. At least we have our other guys starting. Schroeder has been having great games. Kuzma's been having great games. KCP's been doing pretty well. So, I mean, we just need them to play that energy that they've been playing their good games, and we have a chance of winning this.
Absolutely. Like you guys mentioned, obviously, thoughts are with Jamal Murray. About 2 days ago, obviously, it was announced he had a terrible injury in the game, out indefinitely for the year, torn ACL. He's a great player, well respected with the Denver Nuggets. They're going to definitely miss him. in the upcoming playoffs. And it's unfortunate that we lost a player due to injury this year. You like to see everybody in the West and the East be at full strength.
Absolutely.
To keep it healthy and really competitive, like Matthew said. Healthy Lakers team, healthy Clippers team, and healthy. Keep all the teams healthy. But looking ahead to this game, the Celtics are they're not obviously. It's no walk in the park with them. They've struggled. I mean, look, they're 29 and 26. They average a few more points than we do. But they're a tough team. They're obviously when you got Jason Tatum, Manny, you were touching on that in the last show. Obviously this team, the Lakers really got to be ready to go tonight. They can't be slacking off to this team. They will make you pay on turnovers. They will make you pay on fast breaks. They're scrappy at times, but they are good when they're hitting lights out shots. They have a good team. They could possibly go somewhere in these playoffs, and you can't take your foot off the gas with them.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad you brought up what I said about Jason Tatum, because we know he's gonna really come out firing tonight, because he's gonna take a total advantage of that. The fact that we don't have LeBron, we don't have AD, we don't have Drummond. And so it's going to be a big test for Tatum, and he's been Jason Tatum as always. Like, he's been very, very good. When the late great Kobe Bryant used to be alive, he used to work out with him at the Mamba Sports Academy. So we all know that he's emulated his game around Kobe, and he's just a great player in general. He's this year especially, his points have gone up. Last year they were at 23 points. Now he's at 25 points. Rebounds have went up by 0.1. Assists per game have gone up by 1.2. Field goal percentage went up by 0.8. He keeps improving every single year, and he's just like people want to say like it's Kemba's team, it's Brown's team. No, Boston's team is Jason Tatum. It's always going to be Jason Tatum's team. He's going to go wherever they take him. Kemba Walker has been regressing ever since he left Charlotte. And another thing I got to bring up. When Aaron, when you're talking about Jamal Murray, obviously prayers to Jamal Murray. I hope he recovers. I got a notification from Shams this morning that LaMarcus Aldridge was dealing with some heart conditions, and we wish him the best. I know he had to retire because of that, but from what I saw from Chris Haynes, because I saw on my Twitter that he was on Undisputed, he was saying that LaMarcus Aldridge has been doing that his whole career. That's really threatening, guys. The fact I got to give LaMarcus Aldridge a lot of credit. Not only is he an all-star and a future Hall of Famer, but to play with a heart condition on the court when you're running like crazy, like back and forth, that's a lot on your body. And the fact that another thing I got to bring up, I saw something on Twitter that I really didn't like to see. Laker Nation, I'm a diehard Laker fan. 3 out of 4 of us here sitting are diehard Laker fans, and I'm not very happy what I saw from Laker Nation when they were making fun of LaMarcus Aldridge. Like, if you guys do that, you're pathetic in my opinion. Like, you can't do that stuff. You gotta keep it classy. If you gotta wish him the best, because if that happened to one of you guys, I guarantee you would not be laughing. That's a serious matter. If your heart is irregularly beating, you can probably fall dead in cardiac arrest. Like I just wanted to put that out there because I wasn't happy with that I saw from my fan base.
It's actually a syndrome called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, which is an abnormality that can cause a rapid heartbeat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's had that since 2007 as a rookie.
Oh, my God.
No.
Wow.
I know a few years ago he was out for a while with the heart issue, and I think he had some surgery or something like that a few years ago.
God.
And you know what? Wish him the best of luck with his family, his health, and I'm glad he took the initiative and said, you know what, that's enough for basketball. Mm-hmm. And he didn't have a terrible career. So, I mean, he was extremely dominant with good old Portland Trailblazers. And just wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, definitely. Like Manny was saying, if any of our Laker fans, if you guys are making fun of someone because they have a condition and they decided to retire. That's not an easy decision that he made. You're pathetic if you do make fun of someone like that. Because like you were saying, Manny, if that was you, you would not be laughing. If I was one of our guys on our team, we wouldn't be laughing. Well, there's nothing to laugh about to begin with. So, I mean, that's not an easy choice to make, to have to retire from something you love to do. That's your career. That's you giving your all into it. So the fact that he made this choice all of a sudden, it shows that it was a serious issue for him. And it's scary for anyone to have to deal with. So, I mean, I wish him well. I hope he has a good recovery, and I hope he gets to have a good rest of his life with his family. I would rather have that than him like sacrifice his life just to play basketball. It's not worth it at the end of the day.
Yes.
I mean, he had a pretty great career, and you know, he did his best, and he's well respected for it.
Yeah. What a career, you know. Obviously he had so much success with you know, the Trailblazers and Damian Lillard when he was there as well, when he was a rookie as well. You know, I feel like obviously he'll always remembered for his time in Portland. There's been a lot of love for him through the organization from there as well as the Spurs. He was fortunate enough to win a championship with the Spurs. I'm very happy to see. You know, it's good. It's a good closure, and also, you know, to obviously touch on something that's bigger than that. It's bigger than sports. Is, you know, anytime you have a health condition. Also, a lot of people don't remember Chris Bosh. He had to retire the same reason. He had a health condition as well, and I believe it was the same kind of situation. I mean, I'm sure we could look at it later, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. But, you know, but obviously in the end, you know, he had to retire for the same reason. So, you know, we wish him all the best. Obviously, Bosh has been doing his thing, and hopefully Aldridge stays somewhere involved with basketball. But let's get into our keys to the game for this game tonight. Lakers and Celtics. Manny, how do we get it done tonight? What do the Lakers got to do?
My key to the game is pretty simple. It's all about containing Jason Tatum and containing Jaylen Brown, because there's a lot of teams that can shoot the ball very well and defend the ball very well. But guys that can shoot very well, like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown, another thing people don't talk about Jaylen Brown much, because Jason Tatum is really the guy that has the spotlight. But Jaylen Brown was an all-star this year, and his points really increased, even more than Jason Tatum's points increased. I think, if I might be a little biased here, but I think Jaylen Brown is having a better season than Jason Tatum this year, offensive and defensive. So it's all about contending those two guys, because they they're going to shoot the three. You know they're going to drive to the lane. And the fact that we can't take those guys lightly, especially Jaylen Brown, because we know he's gonna attack in the paint. And if Marc Gasol is playing, that's all about Frank Vogel. I don't know what his decision is going to be, because I haven't seen him on the court much. Sorry, but not sorry. But honestly, if he decides to drive to the lane, Marc Gasol, you gotta try to block him, because we know he's gonna pump fake. You know he's gonna try to deke him out and try to just yam it in the net. Like, we can't let that happen. Those two guys are going to be guys we have to watch out for. Medina, what are your keys?
Well, I mean, you hit it spot on, Manny. I mean, hopefully Gasol does play tonight with Drummond being out. We do need a center. So I think my keys to the game will be let's keep our turnover rate at a low, because if the Celtics take advantage of that, they're going to completely outscore us this game. So I feel like the Lakers, they love to have turnovers, but I mean, last game we did pretty good. I think we only had about 12. Let's keep it as low as 10. And I feel like we should have a pretty solid game, a pretty close game. So I just don't want, even if we do lose, I just don't want to see, I don't want to see us being outscored by like 20 points. I want to keep it as very low as possible. And I want to see them play their heart out. And yeah, that's my keys to the game. What about you, Matthew?
Keys to the game definitely would be defense. With defense usually comes offense, we would think, but defense is key. Limit the threes. The points in the paint wouldn't kill you. The threes will kill you. Limit the threes. Put your hands up. Play defense. Be big. Gasol needs to play big. Be big. Be a good shot blocker. Be a good rim protector. That's my keys to the game. What about you, Aaron?
My keys to the game tonight is going to actually be related to the fans. soak in all of this soak in the energy that the fans are giving off. I just read too that as soon as the Lakers came out through the tunnel, there's already scorching amount of fans that were cheering, and all the Laker players already acknowledged them and were and kind of tipping their imaginary caps as well to every one of them as they turned around and walked through the tunnel. So, I'd say use the fans' energy to help you win this game tonight. Laker fans, obviously, we know what happened in 2010. Fans are everything when it comes to Lakers and the Celtics. So let's keep it going. That is going to about do it for us for our Lakers live pregame show presented by the Ultimate Sports. For Manny, Medina, and Matthew and myself, I am Aaron signing off. We'll be on later on for Around the NBA. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll catch you later. Enjoy the game.
Bye.
Peace.